Content warning. I discuss a transphobic project and I swear a lot. You've been warned. So VO Twitter has brought some transphobic cringe to my attention, and I felt the need to go ahead and talk about it and make fun of it a little. Yesterday, non-binary voice actor Cassandra Haswell brought to attention this little project posted on Casting Call Club, the groundbreaking case, right of biological women to their own spaces. Right away from hearing the title, you can probably get the vibe from this project. This is a very transphobic type of deal. I believe it's a video game, if I'm not mistaken, but you get it. It's transphobic. We're talking about women's sports, women's spaces, all that. All the lovely topics that TERFs love touting about and hating trans people on. The post gained a lot of traction on Twitter and caused a lot of discussion over Casting Call Club's lack of quality control, as well as an issue of a voice actor auditioning for it, but not realizing the transphobic content within the lines, which... fucking really? But I'm not here to talk about that. Instead, I want to make fun of the casting call itself, or what's available via screenshots. Yeah, Casting Call Club decided to get rid of this right before I could grab good screen caps of my own of the project in question to make fun of it. So I have to rely on the screen caps of Cassandra's original post. This isn't a real microphone, by the way. I just wanted to try looking professional. I don't know if it's working. This is a Mario Party mic. According to this screen cap, there were 6 roles available. However, the screen caps on Cassandra's post only show 3 of the characters available. I don't know if there were any screen grabs of the other characters, but yeah, I can only work with what I've got. If someone finds the other 3, maybe I'll make fun of it later, but who knows. The first character that shows up for audition is Joanne, which, okay, as a sapphic who openly enjoys Sucker Punch, I'm all for a lack of subtlety, but this is a little too on the nose, I'm sorry. Joanne is a strong supporter of women and girls. She is a member of the LGBT community. For those who don't know, the LGBT Alliance is basically a hate group that tries to exclude trans people from the LGBT community because they want to pretend that trans people never existed in this community before the 2020s, even though the acronym LGBT has been around since the late 80s. But let's not let history get in the way of bad arguments. And if the lack of subtlety wasn't telling, this character is named after the TERF ringleader herself, J.K. Rowling, the author of that fantasy series you read as a kid before you went on to look for better fantasy stories. It's also pretty obvious from the character profile on display that the art is AI generated. And I want to say the same thing happened with the dialogue as well. The dialogue, the lines you're supposed to read for the audition, read very much like something out of ChatGPT. And I find it funny that these transphobic writers want to put out transphobic fiction out there, but they don't want to put in the effort to write it. I am a real woman. My pronouns are sex-based. I have nothing in common with a man dressing up as a woman. I can only read this as a robot, I'm sorry. Biological reality should never be ignored. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. Oh, this isn't dialogue. This is just J.K. Rowling's Twitter. It's so cringe. Women's sports are under attack. We have to do something. You know, if this project got far, this would be like a trailer line. They're proud of this line that they had a robot write for them. It's beautiful in a weird way. Next up, we have Olly, a strong male and former LGB. Wait, what? Olly is a former trans-identified male, former member of the LGBT community. He is a man and bravely fights against the trans cult. So, Olly is a former trans woman. For those who don't know, when a transphobe is using the term trans-identified male, they're referring to a trans woman, basically. But I guess... Wait, hold on. I thought this project was for LGBT people and just against trans people, but now we have a character who's, like, against the fact that he was even LGB at one point. Like, make up your mind, project! Also, I don't want to start a conspiracy theory, but Olly is the first 3 letters of my last name, Oliver. I don't have a big enough ego to suggest that this character is a personal attack on me. I just find it very funny if that was the case. Someone has to speak out about this gender madness that is going on. That's my gender identity now. I'm gender madness. That is me. Jazzy Oliver. Gender madness. I was confused before. Now I see the light. Stop this insanity. A man can never become a woman. Again, it's just transphobe Twitter. They turned transphobic tweets from folks like JK into dialogue for their stupid audition. I find it funny that this particular character has 0 submissions. I guess even the most transphobic cis male voice actor didn't want to go for this guy. I'm sorry, Olly. And finally, we have Saul Tweets? What? Saul Tweets. That's an interesting name. Okay, strong female supporting character. Saul is a trendy lesbian. Trendy? What does trendy lesbian mean? Someone help me here. And part of the LGB community. Don't let her funny exterior fool you. She bravely fights for women's rights to their own sport. Okay. Get those trans-identified males out of women's sports, KK. This is such how do you do, fellow kids energy, I swear to God. I absolutely love the giggle. Giggle. Is that non-copyright infringing Twitter? Hashtag women won. What? Women won't we what? Hashtag support the LGBT community, baby. Time for my latte. This is some cringe. Trans-identified males in the women's bathroom? Oh my gosh. Hashtag never. Has anyone actually said KK out loud in their lives? I'm genuinely curious. I know what it means. I've seen it in text, but does anyone actually say it out loud? I'm curious. Someone tell me. So yeah, that's the dumb transphobic casting call that's been sweeping VO Twitter. I hope you enjoyed me making fun of it. I wish I had a good time reading it, but even as a connoisseur of cringe, this was kind of painful. Overall, it's hateful, it's horrible, but it's so badly written that if this came out, I highly doubt it would be a blip on this whole trans women in sports conversations radar. It's so dumb. It's so bad, and I think even people who, even shitty people who agree with the sentiment here would probably call it the most cringe thing ever. It's that bad. I really wish the other 3 characters and their lines were there because I just want to see how bad it is. I'm too curious now. I need to know the full story of this garbage in front of me. If you enjoyed me taking the piss out of this stupid casting call, be sure to let me know. Maybe I'll do more videos making fun of things. I don't know. I'm still finding an identity for this TikTok account of mine, but until then, see ya.